Anthony Gordon's red card, I presume you don't have any complaints about it, having seen it back?
Yeah, I've seen it once and very rushed. It was as the game was going, as the game had restarted, so naturally I wanted to see it and then wanted to move on very quickly. I think there's no intent from Ant. He's gone in, of course, probably too quickly. I think he's tried to pull out and not commit any damage to Virgil as he's gone in to slide. It's an unfortunate one. I think he's slightly unlucky with it. Everyone's told me it's a clear red. My first opinion was slightly different, but maybe I've got the wrong angle. So I've got sympathy for him. Yeah, very mixed feelings. I think I thought it was a great performance from us. Wasn't perfect, of course, but it was very good in the first half. Very dominant, very us, really. High octane, front foot football. The only thing missing in that really strong start to the game, or middle period of the first half, was goals. Concede a poor goal, first time in the game really where we're not quite aggressive enough. And then the second half was of course a very different game, a very different plan, but really well executed by the players, and despite of the fact that we went 2-0 down and start of the second half, massive challenge for us. So I can't fault the players at all. I thought they gave so much to the game. Absolutely gutted for them that we have nothing to take from it.
I realise this is about the last thing you probably want to talk about with the reports today that the owners have met Alex. Is there anything you can tell us about that?
Yeah, I'm not aware of that, but I've not been party to talks on this for a long time now. So I've been preparing the team, giving all my energy to the players that want to play for Newcastle. I think that's where my energy is best put at the moment.
Thank you. Lee Riley?
Eddie, obviously you're in the last sort of few days of the window now. Is there a danger that you could get pulled into perhaps signing a player that was nowhere near the top of the list at the beginning of the window?
Well, I think your names at the beginning of the list and the end of your names at the beginning of the window and the end of the window are always very different because a lot of the players will have moved. So naturally, I think that's always the case if you're still active in the market, which we are. But as I've said all through the window, we have to be careful we don't make a decision that impacts the long term.
It's been a very draining, just one more on this subject, it's been a very draining, very distracting saga for everybody, I think, associated with the football club. Does it make sense to make a definitive answer on what's happening before September the 1st rather than drag it out right until the end of the window?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the ideal from everyone. Our side, Newcastle side, is we want clarity, we want to move forward, we want the sort of narrative to change because we're in the start of the season now. We're into the action and we've got to get results and we've got to try and focus on what we can control. We've given 2 really, really good performances. We've ended up with 1 point. That's tough for us to take, in this, especially in this moment where you're looking for positive to cling to. But we battle through and we now go on to Leeds.
Thank you. George?
Eddie, you now lose Anthony, who's his hand-in striker, for 3 matches. Doesn't that make it even less possible, the idea of losing your actual centre forward?
Yes, of course. If you do the maths, we're running out of options, in that position. But again, I have to look at positives. George, when I'm sat here now in this moment, I can't go to the negative world. So Willisa came on today, scored a goal, did well. I was very pleased with him. So it's a big opportunity potentially for him.
I'm sure there's a lot of devastation in the dressing room after the game, anything like that, but it must be kind of galvanised as well by the 2 performances, all the noise around the club at the minute. At one point doesn't feel like a kind of great reward for those 2 matches. There must be a real sense of defiance after a game like that.
Yeah, well, you hope so, and I think that's what we have to make sure comes out of it because we've given 2 great performances, I think, and we've shown our togetherness and unity. We've shown our fighting spirit. We've shown that we have put the distractions around us away. But you'd just like a bigger return to sort of show ourselves and show the rest of the world that that is the case. Sometimes football doesn't give you that, and I do believe, though, you'll get your rewards longer term if you continue to play as we have done. I think that's what we need to focus on.